I'm gonna record this. Okay, which makes it even more scary. I got some I forgot the sunscreen yesterday, so I don't know if you guys can see, but I am like super burnt. So it feels great. But okay, I'm Jessie Duncan and one of the leaders here in the Team Rise community. And I just wanted to come on and share with you all tonight how amazing it is here with Kleo and hopefully answer any questions that you may have in your decision to join us, which we hope that you do. We've, gosh, been here about 5 months now, which it has flown by. And it has literally been so fun and a breath of fresh air. So, yes, Nicole reminded me, shout out the brand partner in the chat. If you were invited by someone, let us know who we can thank. And we thank you for joining us. So, who in the world is Kleo? I'm curious if you're new here, if you haven't tried Clio before? Is this like your first time hearing about it? What's your story? And if you are new, do you like LEDs? Do you like press-ons? What team are you on? I think we're just so confused here that every time we put a set on, we're like, oh, I love the LEDs. And then we're like, oh, I love the press-ons. And there's a handful too that are diehard press-on just because it's literally so easy. You can stick them on in an instant and run out the door. So um, there's a lot of, ooh, my screen went black. There's a lot of unexpected blessings that we gained here as far as natural nail health, which I was not expecting. I just loved how the product worked. And these are things the longer I've been here now that I can speak about. And I'm so excited to be experiencing as well. So when it comes to Clio, we're a social selling community built on an innovative nail product that inspires self-expression, confidence, and fun. I could not agree with this more. And what I love about Clio is the fact that you are the face of Clio. So it literally can be anything that you want it to be. You can be one of those that is like, you know what, I'm wearing this all the time. I love it so much. I would love to get a little bit of a kickback on what I'm wearing for myself. You could be that end of the spectrum, or you could be the other end of the spectrum that's like, okay, let's take a look at that compensation plan. Let's fly all the way up to the top and see how far we can go. So there's no right or wrong. It's literally your journey and you can make it whatever you choose. And my favorite part is the fact that you are a walking, talking billboard for your product. So it's simple. It's one product. We stay in the nail lane. So you don't have to worry about introducing other things into the mix. Possibly other nail care products or something like that could come about. I don't know about any of that, but nail related is where we will stay. So that's kind of a breath of fresh air. It's kind of funny. I went to set up for some vendor events and it took me like 17 minutes to tear down my setup, which was a world record because I didn't have all like the other things. I just had the nail sets, tossed them in a tote, and was on my way. And everybody else was like glaring at me. They had 7 days worth of things to tear down. So it's so easy to wear. It's so easy to share. People notice it. And how incredible is it when someone compliments your nails, which hadn't happened to me in quite some time, but how amazing is it to be like, oh, you know what? This actually is my natural nail. I've got an LED over top and I did it myself. Or you know what? I can't, for some reason, grow my nails. I slapped these press-ons on in 10 seconds and you would never know that I didn't go to the salon and spend hours there and spend all sorts of money too. So, um, I could talk for days about perks, but let's talk about the product if you're not familiar with it yet. So, again, we have two things, the LED gel strips, which are on this hand of mine. And I will tell you an added bonus that I mentioned is the nail growth with these. Growing a nail, natural nail, past the tip of my finger in the past was pretty much a very rare occurrence. And if it would happen, I would maybe grow a couple and then they would break at the side way down here. And then I would have to cut them off. And then it would take me basically the rest of the year to grow it back. And I'm like, all right, do I have one nail that's short and the rest long, or what do I do? I tried to glue nails on top with a regular paint on or drip on glue, and it was just deforming my natural nails underneath, which I've got documentation of all of this. I was just really struggling, and I practically was drinking nail care at that point. So I've not hardly done anything as far as nail care is concerned. I've just been wearing LED strips on this hand since January, and I am shocked. They are rock hard. They are so shiny. They don't chip. It's I still looking at them now cannot believe it. So what in the world are they? They are, let me admit some more friends. They are, like I said, a strip. So these come flat, similar to maybe a nail polish strip that you've seen in the past, but they have a little bit more of a thickness to them because it's a gel and it's got an adhesive layer, the color layer, or the effect, and then it's got the top coat all built into the one strip. So you basically slap it on and you cure it with an LED lamp in like 45-ish seconds. And it does not add length to the nail, but like I said, you'll probably notice with repeated wear, since the length of time you're wearing one set is pretty much 14 days without any sort of flaws, you're going to notice the natural nail starts to grow quite a bit. So very sturdy construction. They're really made, both of our nail products here, for people who are hard on their hands. I am very hard on my hands. And that's one of the reasons too why I was having so much trouble and just getting frustrated because I didn't have any other options. So the other part of this too that is very amazing is the removal process. So when you see how they go on, when you see how they wear, and you're like, okay, this is blowing my mind. And it just keeps on continuing when you get to the removal process because we have our own remover. It's called an easy remover, and it's an oil-based remover that you basically will drip underneath of the strip, and then with hardly any effort, if you followed the rules and the instructions, which we will teach all of that to you if you haven't heard them yet. It's very easy, but it won't damage the natural nail, which is another thing. A lot of salon gel manicures are very hard on your natural nails, all that sort of thing. So, when you take those off, you're pretty much left with stubs. It's just an incredible process. So these were the first thing that I tried, and I absolutely did not want to like them in any way, shape, or form because of the situation that I was in. And I was completely blown away by the entire process and still am 5 months later. So that is our LED gel strips. They are 18 to 19, depending on what you choose. If you buy 3, you can get your lamp free, which is great because the lamps by themselves are 15. So there's a great opportunity for getting a discount for your customers there. So the other option are the press-ons, which I've got on my other hand. I can't stop myself now from changing these out. I just finished up a run on testing these to see how long they would actually last and how well they would do and look the whole time. And I made it to 19 days on the previous set. This happened last month. This is like a thing that a lot of us as brand partners like to do. It's like we're going for the Guinness Book of World Records. I think Kayla on our team made it like 30 days with her LED gels and like 60 days on her LEDs on her toes. It's just incredible. So you'll have to dive on board and see if you can beat the records. So that would be a fun thing we should start. We should give out trophies for that. But it's so hard to outlast how long they stay on. Now the press-ons, 10 days is the average length of wear to get that perfect fit to the nail. So they are very different from a glue-on nail that you're probably used to, and the ones that I talked about that I used in the past that I would try to repair a nail with. Ours don't go on with a paint on glue, a drip on glue. If you've used any glues like that in the past, you'll know that as soon as it hits the surface, it basically is cementing in place. So it's cementing the nail on top of your natural nail. So there's no give, there's no room to breathe, move, or be alive, basically, in that sense. The ridges that I got underneath of a glue on nail were absolutely incredible. And I'm still working on growing those out 5 months later. But the difference with our press on is it is a gel nail, first off, and it is made to mimic a natural nail. It is not like bulky and rigid. It has a little bit of a flex to it itself. And when you look at it from the tips, that used to be one of the things that I hated with my glue-on nails. They just looked thick, and you could absolutely tell 100% that that was not a real nail. So the fact that they look more realistic and then the process of putting them on is so amazing because the adhesive is actually attached to the press on. So all you have to do is peel off a tab, lay it up on the nail bed, press it down and hold for like 40 seconds to a minute on each hand and then or on each finger, and then it stays put for your 10 days. I am still blown away by the the way that it works because it's even more incredible when I was growing my or when I was doing my 19-ish day challenge, I had LEDs on one hand, press-ons on the other. So you could see the regrowth where the LED was growing out, but the press-ons, they like stay up at your cuticle because our adhesive, like I said, with the glue or the paint or the drip on glue cements in place, doesn't move. Our adhesive is like a shock absorbing, cushiony layer of adhesion that attaches that press on to the natural nail. And if you bump your nail, if you hit your nail, or if you're typing all day, whatever you're doing, a little bit of pressure is always getting put on your fingertips. That cushiony layer of adhesive is always flexing ever so slightly so that it can absorb the shock. So the thing that always got me was opening up my car door, or like the seat buckles on car seats, those would always fly nails off left and right. That was like the danger zone. But our adhesive has so many little fingers grabbing onto the press on and your natural nail that it can withstand. I even had them on my toes. Yes, we have press-ons for your toes. I kicked the driveway because it bumps up a little bit and my toe was black and blue, but that press-on did not budge. So the patented adhesive technology that we have is really what is a game changer for these press-ons. I see you guys typing too, and I'll have to yes, the cost for gel in the salon is crazy. And the fact that you can get these here for the $16, plus you get 30 in a package. So I am finding it's really fun I have my leftovers in like a little thing like this. So when I want to go do like another mani, I'm like, okay, let's mix and match all these. And there's so many different combinations and fun things that you can do once you start diving in. And no more emotional support glue in your purse, which is incredible too, because I had leaks of glue all over the place numerous times. That is not fun. All right, so product wise, if you guys have questions about that, feel free to ask in the chat. I'll come back to all the questions again at the end, but I don't want to keep you all night. So let me keep diving into monthly mani. What is monthly mani? It is like a secret room on the website that is full of awesomeness. So if you have someone that's like, all right, I got the 3 LEDs, I don't really want like 15 free lamps. What do I do? Because I would still really like some sort of discount or something like that. You can steer them towards the monthly mani program, which on your website, it would be just at the top there. You can look for it in your brand partner that invited you here. You can search on their site and look for it as well. But when you go in here, you're like setting up a subscription box basically for yourself that is 100% customizable. You get a discount. You choose when it comes. You choose if you want to skip, cancel, anything like that. So when you're setting this up, you can choose if you want a smaller box, which is this, well, I say box, but it still comes in your handy dandy, cute little package. It says, "We love what you did with your nails." So I'm so used to subscription boxes, but it could be a subscription bubble mailer, whatever you want to call it. Three styles, which again, you pick anything that you want. And the cool part is you have access to past designs that we still have hanging around, which if you dive in and take a peek at this right now, today or tonight, you can see like old Halloween things in there, which are so cute. I almost got some the other day because I'm like, oh, I will definitely want to use some of these, even though Halloween's 85 months away, but we're planting pumpkins and it's on my mind. Holidays, all sorts of things past summer, all sorts of good stuff. And like I said, three styles gets you a 10% off, five styles gets you 15. You can skip all the things that I mentioned with the monthly Mani. And the cool part about a monthly Mani is as a brand partner, as you're wearing and sharing all the things and you're out and about and you're like, someone is freaking out over your latest nail design that you have on and you grabbed it yourself from the monthly Mani section and they want to know exactly what it is, you can tell them, okay, here's the scoop, here's my card or here's my QR code, scan it, go to the monthly Mani section, it's called this. Grab a monthly Mani and blah, blah, blah. Explain it all to them. But if you get five people as a brand partner, this can include your own, to subscribe to a monthly Mani, you will get a $15 product credit for them that you can use for yourself or that you can gift to other people. So it's really fun that you get rewarded for sharing in this way. And the cool thing about it is too, so if you and four other people are signed up for May, and those same individuals do the same thing and get another box the following month, that will count for 15 the following month too. So it really is a good program that has perks both ends of the spectrum. Okay, so let's talk opportunity because that's probably the reason most of you all have hopped on tonight. So what we call ourselves here is a brand partner, and basically, you are the face of the company, wearing and sharing all of the things, and you get rewarded here for sharing in so many different ways. We actually all are getting fun little charms in the mail, which are super cute. It was a part of our 1 year anniversary. They had a specific promotion or incentive for us as brand partners. If we hit a certain goal, they would send those out, and they're just super, super cute. So there's that. There's been some branded water bottles and tote bags and things over the last couple months that we've been shooting for, and this is in addition to all the things that you're going to hear in a moment. But first, I want to talk to you about personal sales commissions because that's usually about the first question that I get if someone is interested in the opportunity. And as far as personal sales commissions go, 20% would be what you would make right off the bat from your own purchase, the purchase of friends, family, anyone. This right here, this amount is paid to you weekly. So we get paid on Wednesdays. So you would make that paycheck every Wednesday. Like if you had a sale, our weeks are Saturday to Sunday. I'm doubting myself on which day it is now, but if you have a sale in that period or a purchase, then that following Wednesday, you would get paid that 20%. Now, once you get past this 150 mark, you have the opportunity to earn more of a percentage. And the cool part about that is these right here, the 25, 30, 35%, are like backdated for the whole month. So let's say in the last week of the month, you hit this 35% category, they would go back and you would get that percentage. You've already gotten the 20% weekly, so you get that additional 15% paid out as a month-end bonus. So you could technically get a paycheck every Wednesday plus a month-end bonus. Now, the other cool thing, which this program I absolutely love, especially for newbies coming in, because that's pretty much the time when you have like your most influx of people coming because everybody's interested in what you're doing. They're watching you and they want to know, oh my gosh, what is this new stuff she's talking about? So, this plus 10 program is an incentive for us that is basically laid out to keep us excited about sharing to new people. It's always constantly rewarding us for bringing in new customers. And how this works is um, every time that you have a customer that comes in, they would register under you, like under their email and whatnot, and create an account. So once they do that and they place a $50 order, they go into this grouping. Basically, if you get 5 people that do that in a month, they would be in a group that would earn you an additional 10% on that group's sales. And that would be paid out to you as a month end bonus. But the really cool part about that is you don't have to stop at just 5 people. So you could get 10 and have 2 groups of those 5 new customers. You could have 15, you could have 20, you can do as much as you want. And the thing about that also is you can qualify for that every single month. So that's really built out to keep you sharing with all the new friends and to never stop bringing new people into your business and your community. So that's a really big addition to the payouts that you can add on. Otherwise, this is our compensation plan. And if you need a better view of it, make sure and ask your brand partner that invited you here to send you over a copy if you're like, what? I can't see this. But basically, at the top corner here, this is what we just talked about on the previous screen as far as your personal commissions. All of this kind of is built out to show you what else there is that you can earn. So enroller bonuses, this is really cool because when you sign someone up, which we'll talk about in a couple slides here, we're getting near the end of the presentation. So um, this basically is a bonus that you would get if someone would join you and decide to get one of our starter boxes, which again, I'll show you here in a moment. But we have 2 options. If they get the larger of the box, you would get a $45 bonus, cash bonus. If they got the smaller one, you would get a $20 cash bonus. So that would be if you enrolled a brand partner underneath of you. Now, the part about the compensation plans gave me such a headache in the past because they were so super hard to understand. It was like not only did you have volume requirements to hit ranks and promote and earn all this and that, you had to worry about a structure. And that just basically boggled my brain sometimes when I looked at it. So the part I love about our compensation plan is it's primarily volume based. So you right here are basically shooting for these volumes. The first ranks here in blue are things that you can achieve on your own. You do not have to have one person underneath of you, and you could rank up this many times. You can also achieve down here these bonuses in the same sense. Without a team, obviously, these numbers would be easier probably for you to hit unless you're a super sales like rock star and sales is like your thing. And then most likely, if that's you, you're going to have people that are like, all right, I want to do what you do. And then you can't help it. You've got a team. But you can earn all sorts of things without if that's the route you choose to go. This program is really kind of laid out so that you have control and you can choose how you want to run your business. So as far as the volumes here, that is a very nice thing to only have to worry about your volumes. And in the past with compensation plans, it was not only volume, but like I said, you would have to have like a bronze leader over here, a silver unicorn over here, a purple turtle over here. So you had to have people in certain positions in order to achieve the goals. So humongous breath of fresh air. The other thing is too, as far as these rank bonuses down here at the bottom that you're seeing, these are, let's say you joined in the middle of the fall when people were shopping for holidays. It was hopping and moving and grooving, and you ranked all the way up to Elite Mentor. You would actually get every single one of these in that period, that month that you joined, if you did that in your first month, and then they would all stack. The other thing too to keep in mind here is you're not punished if, let's say, for example, it's January and everybody spent all their money during the holidays and you have a little bit of a slower month, but you're trying and you rank back down to elite partner. You will still get this bonus. It's called a rank maintenance bonus where you end up for that month. So you're still getting a bonus, but you're not getting punished because you may have fallen back a couple ranks or whatnot, depending on the time of year or anything like that. Mentor match bonus down here also is laid out so that if you bring someone in and they are achieving as well and you're helping them base linked arms and rocking and rolling together, you can get a match on their bonus as well. So there's a lot of bonusing that is going, is that a word? I think I just made that up. There's a lot of things going on down here that you can dive into. The other parts of the comp plan basically show you, like, according to what rank, like how far down in your organization you would get paid. All right, so that's one bit of it. The other bit when you're starting out is our bold start, which our bold start here is very generous and awesome because, again, the way they build things out, it's to keep you moving and grooving and going in the right direction because they know what it takes here at Kleo to keep you succeeding and to keep you fueled with excitement. So when you sign up as a brand partner, you've got like a week window. That's like a buffer period. So your actual bold start period won't start until that is over. They kind of build that there for people who are really wanting to start out by like showing their box if they get a box when it arrives. So then your 30 days starts. If you shoot for these goals, which if you're wanting to move and groove and make a business for yourself out of this, or even if you're not sure what route you want to take, this would be step one for me. I would shoot for these things and just see how far you can go because you can really rake in the product credits and even cash bonuses this way. So level one in your first 30 days, if you hit 500 PQV is your personal sales. And keep in mind, if you do get a starter box, it would count towards that. So that's another thing also. The 5 new customers, that may sound familiar to you. That was also in the plus 10 program. I will say right here, it doesn't matter if they're placing a $1 order or a $50 order, but you really do want them to do that $50 order because then they're going to fall into that plus 10 bonus that you can get. So that's they're like smart with the way they build things out. They're really wanting you to do all the things and you're double dipping into getting rewarded here by doing that. So you would get then a $25 product credit. For level 2, you've already achieved these first 2 things. You don't have to do them again. You would just need to, in addition, add 1 brand partner to your team. Active means they hit that 150 mark, which again could be their starter kit box. If you're one of the people that's dead set on, I am not building a team, you can do it without these 2 things. You can do the 1500 PQV. And then you would get the $50 product credit. Same here. You can go down and you would already have gotten the 500 PQV, the 5 new customers, already checked that off. You've already gotten one of these 3. You would just need 2 additional or 3,500 in PQV. Then you get $100 product credit, $75 cash bonus there. So the thing about that is your first 30 days, you qualify for all of this and then it resets. So your next 30 days, You can do the same thing again and earn all of that stuff all over again. The next 30 days then reset and you can earn it all over again. And at the end of that, you don't have to cry tears because you can't earn product credits and cash bonus anymore, because when you are bringing in brand partners that go through this program and do the same thing, you can get these credits as a reward to yourself for helping your friends achieve as well. All right. Just a couple more things to tell you. And then if you have questions again, feel free to ask. But as far as our brand partner toolkit, gosh, we have a zillion different tools here. And Kleo really does a great job of making it easy for you, because I know when I jumped on board here, I'm one of those people that has to create like everything from scratch. And I was so stressed out because I was just thinking of all the things I was going to have to start over. And it wasn't like starting over or starting new, because a lot of it they had already thought of. And I mean, we've been a company for a year. So a lot of the kinks had been worked out through already. And they've already created, like if you're familiar with the Boards app, they have a Boards app that has so many wonderful resources built into it. And that's like the first email that you get after you sign up is an invite to this app with all the tools. They have an whole onboarding program that is in the Boards app. Plus, they also email it to you. Plus, we have a Facebook group. So it's like, if you don't like the Boards app, you can look in your emails. If you don't like your emails or the Boards app, you can look in the Facebook group. They've got Canva templates. They've got not only that, we have a Facebook like community space that's kind of like a public VIP almost. I guess you could call it. It's like a place where we can invite our brand partners and our customers into, and you can share nail fees, you can share your experience. They monitor the group, but it's such a positive space. So if you're not in there yet, definitely go and ask your brand partner for the link to the group and go in there and check it out, because that's one of the things that I did when I was contemplating what to do. And I snooped around in that group and was just reading through what people had to say about wearing Kleo and the differences that it had made in their nails, or the questions that they had about application. And just, it was a really great space to be in. And you can even, like I said, invite your customers in there and share stuff like that with them, because they're not just taking your word for it, they're seeing others with similar experiences. We have a monthly planner too that they always put out for us that has like daily activities. So if you have no idea what to do or what to focus on, you can go day by day with their planner. The other awesome thing that I love too is the new products. We always know what is coming at the launch of the first of the month. We have access to the new products the month prior, halfway through. Those products launch as bundles, and then at a discount, we can grab them as the bundle if we want, or you can wait a couple days and grab them as they release as single sets. But it's nice to have your hands on the product. It's top secret. You can't share it before the first when it launches, but at least you're armed with the tools that you need and the knowledge that you need prior to something happening. Okay, they've got power hours. Gosh, Team Rise has so many amazing things too. We've got weekly meetings, trainings, all sorts of things to help. So if you're worried about being on your own, that's your choice. You can totally be on your own, but if you are needing a shoulder to lean on, or someone to help you, or someone to guide you, there are zillions of us ready to help lend a hand at any point in time, including corporate themselves. That's one of the biggest things. We have a customer service phone number and an email. I have talked to them. They're practically my BFFs. But it's just nice to be able to get your hands on someone to give you the answer when you need it, because that's so frustrating when you can't. All right, so let's talk starter boxes, and then I am officially done rambling. But so to join as a brand partner, which we hope you do, we hope that we've given you all the tools you need to convince you that this is the place for you. But it is only $19. You are set up then for the entire year. It's actually discounted the first year for that 19. So there's no monthly minimums. There's no requirement in that sense. You pay the 19 and you're set up for the entire year. It is up to you what you choose to do. It's even up to you if you choose to get one of these boxes. The deals are incredible. So if you're wanting to like try out all the things, this is a great way to do that because they've just recently redone the boxes and they include a lot of like our Kleo collection, which is kind of like our core collection that sticks around with us and doesn't sunset, which is what we call retiring here. But and they've really mixed in different shapes as far as the press on, so you can get a feel for what works for you or what doesn't or whatnot. So $80 is the statement box. It's a 52% savings worth $167. You see, you get the LED strips here. The press-ons, you get those. They've added in the scissors. So we have our own scissors now, which are great. So you get remover scissors and a lamp. The bold box, you basically just get more of everything plus the pedicures. So you can test out the press-on pedicures, which I was not a believer whatsoever. I didn't try them until last month because I was like, there is no way these are working on my horrible feet. And I was, of course, proved very wrong because they lasted the same 19 days that my hands did through lots and lots of things that I never would have imagined. But this box is 180, a 54% savings. 394 is the retail value of that. And yes, as far as when you sign up, you pay the $19. The next year at your year mark, you would be renewing yourself as a brand partner. If you choose to stick around, which we know that you will, it would be 29 then the following years. So that first year is your 19 discount. And then I think that is pretty much it. You'll have to let me know if there are questions that you guys have. I asked, or I just rambled a whole bunch. Do you have to sell so much? No, there's no monthly requirements at all. So it's really nice. You can, like I said, if you're one of those people that I feel like it's always the reason why I start something is because I love it so much. And I'm like, all right, I think I need every color. Like, how can I get myself a price break on this somehow? So that seems to be the trend of how I start things. And then it kind of just I don't know. It goes haywire and my plan has its own plan. And when you start sharing your excitement for things, sometimes you can't help what happens. And sometimes it's very beautiful things and you don't know that until you try. So I was one of those people that was like, there is absolutely no way on this earth that I would want to have a team. I don't want to talk in front of people. Doing a Zoom gives me hives. Speaking in front of people in a room, I would freak out, but I've done all those things and I'm still breathing. Um, all right, let's see. What else do we have? Yes, yes, you can sign up for basically just a kickback for yourself. Yeah, and no pressure is a great feeling. Can you set up a party and get the benefits from that? Okay, so we're in a transition phase. We're not a party plan company over here. So we did as like a trial basis for about almost the past year have a party kind of program, which if you don't have one going right now, the last day that we're doing that program is the 16th of this month. So that will be sunsetting and we're replacing it with a different type of like loyalty program, which I'm really excited to hear about because did any of you guys know that Taco Bell has a loyalty program? Because that is something I just learned over like the last couple days when I'm like, oh, I know like Starbucks and half the other places that you go have loyalty programs or they hand you a card, like a punch card type thing. But that is going to be something that is basically a reward for like every sort of one of your customers that is going to be really cool. So I don't know details on that, but we're going to be going to those coming, still working. Oh, you're totally fine, Amanda. That's the other perk of it here too. You can totally be at work and you can sneak to the bathroom and do your important business while you're on your toilet or whatever. I feel like a lot of us do that. We hide in the bathroom for things. Um, so yes, the product credits, which is cool, what we talked about how you can earn those several different ways. They go into a product credit bank that you have, and you can redeem them in intervals of whatever your heart desires, when you want within the period of expiration. So you just need to make sure you go into your product credits. You say, okay, I want to use $15 on this order of patriotic sets. You type $15 in, it gives you a coupon code, and you just hop on over and put that coupon code in your cart, and it will take $15 off of your order. You can also say, like, Annette is having a horrible day and you just feel so bad and you want to gift her something to make her feel better. You could send her that code and say, Annette, go buy yourself a set of nails because you deserve it today. And yeah, so you can do that with your credits too, which is fun. I don't see any more questions here. Let me scroll back up at the top. Yes, you can do parties and home. That's super fun. Um, we've heard so many amazing stories. Oh, wait. I think I scrolled back up to like 10 different meetings ago. Oh, we're back in April 24th, scrolling through the chat. So I didn't know it saved her chat that far back. I was like, I don't remember having that conversation, but that's okay. Yes, Amanda, we can definitely add you to the community page. That's so funny. All right. Any other questions? I don't think I'm seeing anything else in this call. All right. All right, friends. Well, if you decide you think of something in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. when you can't sleep and you're like, oh, I forgot to ask that, shoot your brand partner a message. I think, is it Rula who invited the iPad? Somebody's iPad is that just reminds me of a Zoom call we were on where we all changed our names to different things and everyone was all sorts of confused. So it was so funny. We should do that next time. When we hop on, we'll be like, all right, tell us where you're from and change your name to your celebrity crush. Um, do you think they add long square? Actually, let's look in so long square is yes, there's a long square in the kit now. Night Nebula is in here. Um, long square is our most recent addition to the shapes. We've got, let's see, short square, short round, almond, coffin, long square. Did I get them all? You're really testing my brain. But those who have like a wider nail bed are really good candidates for the long squares. They first came out, I want to say it was February, we had our first one, and now we have about 5. And I've made sure to email them like 87 different occasions and tell them how much I like long squares and how much our friends like long squares. And they keep coming out with some more additions. Yes, we had a bridal collection that launched, which is very pretty, like classic nudes with a little bit of fancy additions like gems and whatnot. Those launched the beginning of this month, and they long squares. So 2 came this month. And then the short squares, if you're not familiar with sizing, tend to be more petite. So if you have like a wider thumb, especially, or a longer nail bed, you may want to be a little more cautious and make sure that fit is right for you. But if you ever get the wrong fit or size, we can always take care of that. All right. I think that is it. Okay. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your evening. And if you need more questions answered too, we have another one of these calls, I believe this Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. So ask your brand partner about that too. Okay. All right. Thanks, Nicole, for being my assistant. Have a good night, friends. Bye-bye.